swells beyond what it can contain, then it's going to further tear tissue around it. And so you're not just hurt from the trip or the fall that you've had that torn your ligaments, but also the tissue around it by swelling so much may also get affected. So icing within the first 24, 48 hours, absolutely. After though, as I said, if most of the swelling has gone down, get rid of the icing also.
Right, but I'm saying it would be just really the first.
Exactly. It's to make sure that you reduce the immediate swelling that comes after the injury. After, when the swelling has gone down, and of course it's still painful, but if you can sustain not using any, then again it's better not to use any. That's what is most commonly used in practice. So that's what you can suggest. Feel safe. If you have, of course, other things that you've done and that work really well on your own. Arnica is actually pretty good also. There's, of course, stronger stuff like Voltaren that also can be good, but then again, Voltaren is extremely hard for the skin. Some people will have very intense rashes when they use that. So then again, it's not necessarily that it's bad, it's just if you use it wisely. Make sure you follow the directives as to how to use it. If it says every 12 hours, don't use it every 4. It's really every 12 hours or even less. Arnica, il y en a. Arnica. Ok.
La plupart des gens qui sont du soleil, quand ils s'entraînent, ils se lèvent, parce que ça réduit vraiment l'inflammation. 40%.
Oui, c'est ça, c'est très efficace.
Les bleus aussi.
That's it. Yeah, there's very, very efficient. So depending on which orally or as a topical solution, what works for you also is something that we'll tend to suggest more often. I tend to be very, very much away from any pharmaceuticals. So for me, what tends to work best is to use a little bit of ice at first, and then sometimes I will use a little bit of Arnica, or in worst cases, sometimes I will use something as strong as Voltaren. It can happen also that sometimes an Advil or other even stronger anti-inflammatories will be necessary. When someone has a frozen shoulder and it's extremely inflamed, Arnica might not be strong enough for that because it's something that has become chronic. It's not just I fell and I've injured myself, it's something that happens over several years often. It builds up and then eventually there's a small something that happens, basically like your sleeve got caught in the car door and then something happened and then it starts inflaming. It usually builds up over time. But make sure though, if someone is taking a certain medication and it's something that they've been prescribed, it is also not necessarily your place to say like, oh, you should stop taking that. If it's something that has been diagnosed and that has been prescribed, we're not doctors. We may give suggestions as to alternative, but it's definitely not our job to be like, oh, you shouldn't be taking that. That's pretty much it for the ankles. Ankles will very much link to the knees. So when you look at the first sets of pictures, supination, pronation, and neutral position in ankles, that will also directly have an effect on the knees.